We about to get this mic in a minute. I'm ready. Hello, America. We 1 minute and counting. We about to launch the spaceship into the eclipse. We gonna blow up. All right. You got a long way to go. WAIF Cincinnati. And my co-host. We got cut off a little bit on the foul there, but I just wanted to make sure the wave statement came out and let you know that these are my opinions from my co-hosts, my callers, and myself. So let's get into it. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hello, Cincinnati and beyond, coming to you straight to your home and in your time zone. I'm your host, Dimitri, but my friends and family call me Mitri. And thanks for joining me on Get in the Know radio show, powered by the Joy Air Foundation. So now we're going to start it off like we do every week with my tribute jingle to my daughter, always remembering her. I'm going to cue it up here right quick so you enjoy listening to that piece. Unbelievable, the Divine One chose me to be Tiara's delivery way. Unbelievable, Tiara's spirit is powerful. Her heart is pure. Her soul is unique. Unbelievable, now I'm touched by my angel. Tiara's love is in heaven for me. Unbelievable, our journey together, our downs, our ups, our lows, our highs. Unbelievable, our journey together is eternity, mother-daughter love for life. Unbelievable, Tierra, I pledge to you with tender love and care. Unbelievable, your legacy will shine. I dedicate to you your foundation, Joy Air. Unbelievable, through space and time, Tierra's soul flies free as it soars. Unbelievable, with Jesus in his keeping. Tierra, now your place is forevermore. Unbelievable, you always say I love you, and I always say diddle with all my heart. Unbelievable, now our love is in spirit, is our rainbow in the stars. Unbelievable, I love you. Unbelievable, y'all. Well, I'm tongue tied. I'm so heartfelt with that. Thank y'all for joining me every week on Wednesday from 1 to 2 and starting the show off with my tribute to my daughter. I want her legacy to forever remain an inspiration for everybody because she was all about happiness, healthiness, and harmony. a big part of the reason why Get in the Know show actually got started and is getting its support. So y'all just stay tuned every week, Wednesday from 1 to 2. I went a little bit off my script because I had a little moment there. Y'all know me tree transparent. It kind of touched me. Every time I hear that tribute, I just think about my baby, and it just keeps fueling me to keep moving forward. But once again, thanks for reflecting with my tribute to my daughter. And let's get in the know. So go to your quiet space, free your mind, open your heart, and breathe. While you begin talking about today's topic. Today's topic is actually a follow up from a couple of weeks ago about filing your federal and state taxes. What we're doing, because tax day is in what, 5 days, I believe? We're going to talk about some more key points and defunct the stimulus check. So don't get scammed, because we got some information for you. But before we open up the topic, I'd like to welcome my in-studio guests and my phone guests to the platform today. So I'm in the studio today with Ja Love. And also in the studio is Kate Beasy. And via phone, we have Black Evie. So Ja Love, you to my right first. Just say a little shout out.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day so far on this rainy day. And let's get into the know and get some information going for those who need it today.
All right, Kate Beasy.
What's up, my people? Glad to be here. Glad to get in the know and glad to help you get in the know. So let's get it started.
All right, Black Evie, round us up.
Hey, everybody, it's Black Evie, and I'm in the building. I got some good information for you today, so stay tuned. Help is here.
And as always, y'all can call into the show with questions about the subject matter. I suggest maybe listening for a minute because we're going to put some information out there. You might gather some other questions. But I do ask you to bear with me because this is my official fourth show and I'm still working on getting the telephone thing down. So please call in again if I don't get to you the right way because I want to hear what y'all got to say. And Mitre's transparent, so she keep it real. I still am learning and growing, and I will never stop learning and growing because I will cease to exist then. So enough about that little speech right there. If you do want to call in and be on the show, you can start calling around 1:30 p.m. Hit Mitri up at 513-961-8900. All right, with that being said, I'm gonna let Black Evie bring in the filing taxes for your state and local and your stimulus check. I'm gonna let her start talking first, and then we gonna weigh in from the studio on this topic. So, Black Evie, I'm passing the mic to you.
All right, everybody. Like I said, Black Evie is in the building and your help is here. In today's Get in the Know Tax Talk Part 2, we're going to talk about what you need to know before you complete your tax return. Okay? And first and foremost, everybody, the deadline to file your tax return this year is April the 15th. Okay? That's 5 days. 5 days and counting. We're on the countdown. All right. So now, whether you complete and file your own return or if you take it to a tax preparer, you need to complete the following steps that I'm about to tell you. All right. One, you want to wait until you receive all of your tax documents before filing, because if you don't, it could possibly lead to mistakes that will lead to delays, that will lead to penalties. Okay? So you want to wait for all of your documentation before you file. Two, when you receive your tax documents, review them for any inaccuracies or any missing information. If you find that you have some issues with your information, you need to contact your employer immediately to request corrections. All right. If your employer is dragging his feet, contact the IRS for assistance and they'll directly request the information from your employer. Okay. So now, if you don't receive your corrected document before you go to file, you can use the form Form 4852. That's Form 4852. It is basically a W-2 form substitute, and this helps you to complete your tax return. This form comes directly from the IRS, and you'll only get this form if you involve the IRS in getting your tax information corrected. Okay, that was 2. We're going to go on to 3. Next, I need you to go to the irs.gov and make you an online account. Everybody needs to do this. If you pay taxes, you need to have an IRS online account. And this allows you to view and manage your tax records securely. You can manage your communication preferences, the way you want the IRS to communicate with you. You can view your balance. You can review and or create your payment plans. You can make and view payments and access any other tax records that you have on file when you create your online irs.gov account. Okay, that's 3. Number 4, once you have all of your correct tax documents and you created your online irs.gov account, you want to make sure that your records are organized, all right? And this is so you can use credits and deductions to either lower your bill or increase your refund. Credits reduce the amount of tax due. Deductions reduce the amount of taxable income owed, okay? This applies to individuals and businesses. Let me say that again. All this information applies to individuals and businesses. Let me give you a few category examples when you go to organize your files, your tax files. A few categories here. They aren't written in stone, but these are just some sample categories. Family, dependents, and students. That includes your earned income, child and education tax credit information. Another category could be standard retirement and contribution deductions. That's your IRAs and charitable contributions. And if you're into the environment, you might have an Inflation Reduction Act. You might want to look into that you can utilize if you have clean vehicles, energy vehicles, you can utilize information from that for deductions, yada yada. Okay, now whatever you do, you find your own system, stick to it throughout the year, and life will be much easier when it comes to tax time, actually filing your taxes. All right, now that I got all that out the way, now it's time to actually file. For my self-preparers and my novices, okay, and the vets in the game, the IRS has launched a pilot program called Direct File, okay? This is only released to 12 states right now. Unfortunately, Ohio is not on the list, but what it does, it allows you to file your federal income taxes directly through the IRS for free. Okay, that's what that does. That's called Direct File. Outside of that, the IRS has another option to help you file for free, and this is called IRS Free File. It utilizes guided tax software through an IRS trusted partner. So to find the IRS trusted partner, you would go to the irs.gov website, type in the search window to trusted partners, browse the list, and choose the partner that you want to use. Do your research because some of the trusted partners even offer free state tax returns as well that you can do them. Certain individuals are eligible for free tax prep assistance from an IRS certified volunteer if you earn $64,000 or less, if you have a disability, If you need language support or if you're 60 years of age or older. I know I said everything pretty quick, but everything that I said, people, you can find at the irs.gov. Go there, type in the search window, Tax Time Guide 2024, what to know before completing a tax return. And that ends the end of my information moment. Remember, remember everybody, Black Evie signing off, and I'm here to help.
Wow, Black Evie then loaded y'all up with some info for real. Information moment. I think we're gonna coin that term for the show. Love it. Okay. So I'm gonna kick it off here in the studio, and Love and KBZ, I'm sure we'll wait in somewhere, but I want to bring in some things right now. I got a caller calling in, so Love, take it over and tell these people some stories about what you have learned.
Well, from my experience and what I have learned is when you doing your doing your taxes, make sure you know the person or you are aware of the person who are doing your taxes, because it's very easily for them to mark something wrong on there. And if they mark something wrong on there, you will be held responsible for that action that has been taking place.
Turn your radio
and
down.
Either you could, if the box is marked wrong, you will be held responsible for that. Either you'll be penalized to pay more money for taxes, and you will get less money back for return, as well as oh, excuse me, I'm just a little excited right now being here on the show speaking. And KB, you have anything to weigh in on this right now?
Not right now.
All right. Well, KBZ and Love, thank y'all for holding it down for me right quick. What I'm going to do, we do have a caller on the phone. I'm going to pull them in a second. But I'm going to piggyback off of Black Evie for a minute about the stimulus check portion that I really wanted to talk about. And before I actually get into the stimulus check portion, I wanted to let everybody know, again, we keep everything on the mic transparent. So we're real. We are learning and growing, and we love to grow and learn. So if y'all got something to weigh in on and help us get better to get this information to you, please share your knowledge. We're waiting for you. But back to the stimulus check part of this. We all have been getting a ton of information, especially via YouTube, about stimulus checks. About 4,600 here, 50 or 5,000 there, whatever the numbers are. You have a lot of I don't know who they are, or what agencies they come from, or what businesses they actually represent, because they had themselves behind like Medicare and Medicaid with the ads. So I did a lot of extensive research about what stimulus checks were, where stimulus checks came from, and who actually could create a stimulus check for you. So what I'm going to do is I got to pay some bills at the station right quick. I'm going to play this CD for you. You stay tuned, and I'm going to drop this stimulus information on you so you won't get scammed. And here we go. We're going to go to our member-thon, so please join us on our member-thon and support the station. Of our spring member-thon. Help keep WAIF radio on the air and indicate your support on this show by making a pledge right now. Your gift of $25 or more makes you a member and gives you voting rights at the WAIF annual meeting, and you may receive a WAIF alert newsletter, and a WAIF sticker for your car. Please call 513-961-8900. You can do that right now. You can make a pledge right here on my show. Help keep getting the know on the radio. If you prefer, you can go online too. You can also make a pledge by clicking the donation button on WAIFradio.org's website and use your credit card or your PayPal to make that donation. If you pledge online, make sure you put Get in the Know show where the show should get the credit. And I can keep bringing these tidbits to come overcome adversity for you. The purpose field before clicking the donation button. So basically, put Get in the Know show. It's the show that gets the credit in the purpose field before you click that donate button. Each show and weight needs to meet a minimum level of pledges. By naming Get in the Know Show, you give us credit and show the way forward that you like our show. You like to stay in the know. Please give us a call at 513-961-8900, or you can visit the web and pledge $25 or more to become a member of listener supported radio WAIF Cincinnati. And I like to say again that web address is WAIFradio.org. All right. Y'all heard it, how y'all can keep us on the radio, keep the show going. But right about now, it's time to get back in the know. And we're going to try our caller on the phone and bring them in the studio. So y'all pray for me now. So caller, Malaika, can you hear me? Awesome. So you're live in the studio now. Remember, we're FCC regulated, so keep it clean. And today's topic is filing federal taxes and stimulus check scams. So what I'm going to do, Malaika, because you told me when I answered the phone, you had a little trouble getting on the actual radio station to hear what's going on. So if you actually achieved that, please turn your radio down because it will give us feedback, but I'm going to catch you up as far as the topic is concerned. So right now we've covered some federal tax information and when, where, and how you should file. And now we're talking about the stimulus checks. So these stimulus checks that everyone has been hearing about on mainly YouTube, maybe TikTok, and other social media outlets, and maybe even commercials on the TV station and other radio stations. I don't know. They're everywhere. These stimulus checks, they are fraudulent, extremely fraudulent. I did a whole bunch of research on what this actually is about. And I think I spoke a little bit a few days ago with Kay Beasy about that, so I hope she will weigh in too. But what I found out was, actually, I'm going to let Kay Beasy weigh in right here. Kay Beasy, if you recall when we were talking about the Medicaid and Medicare part of the stimulus check and how these companies were trying to front that, if you mind, go ahead on and share in what that was. And then we're going to open up the phone line and see if Malaika have anything to say too.
If you get Medicare, you get millions of solicitations for signing up for health insurance. A lot of it says, you are entitled to 2,000 whatever dollars or whatever the amount is. And if you answer these three questions, well, you answer the three questions and then it goes into a survey about this, that, and the third. Do you have this? Do you have that? That's a sales pitch. The healthy food card is available, but it is based on income and it is based on the health plan that you have. We live in America, capitalist society. Ain't no free money out here. So don't get caught up with the hype, because if you, I know many people that have received the healthy food card, which gives you a certain allotment, a little debit card that you can buy food and you can pay for some other stuff with it. But the big money, the 2,000s, 3,000s, I haven't found anybody that has received that kind of money yet. But most of that money coming from the Medicare part of the situation is based on income, and it's based on the health plan that you have, and somebody trying to sell you some insurance to make some money for themselves. So if you have a plan that you like, you have a plan that meets your needs, make sure that your plan meets your needs. Do not downgrade your health plan to receive a healthy food card. And since if you live in the greater Cincinnati area, there really is no need to be hungry because the free store food bank does a marvelous job. Churches in the area have their own personal giveaway days. So there's always somewhere you can go during the week, usually during weekday hours. That can be a problem for some people. So food is only an issue if you make it that. But your health care is essential that you have a plan, especially if you have medical issues, that covers all of your doctors. Make sure your plan covers all of your doctors, and that you have the money to pay for your medication if that's what you are choosing to do.
She just dropped a you know what load of information. Please, 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 if you missed any part of this show or you want to reflect on something that was said, please email Mitri at getintheknowGITK.com. I will reiterate that at the end of the show. But I want to go to our caller on the phone and see if she has anything she wants to weigh in on yet, or she wants a little bit more information. So, Malaika. Mm-hmm. Malaika, I hope I'm not chopping up your name. It's a beautiful Nubian queen name. And you just defunct it even further because those actors like Andrew Tate, I was reading last night because we always research and vet information, so it's not our opinion. But it's funny that you brought that up because they are using these big time actors to convince us of something that may or may not be true. And like you said, they dubbing over the actor, and if you look at it, look like those old kung fu movies with Bruce Lee in it, where it'd be like, "I'm going to hit you," but he's got said like 15 words and only 2 words came out of his mouth. Y'all all know what I'm talking about. Y'all old school, but it's like just because an actor came up there does not make it. What you say, KBs? Get on that mic. Tell them again, KBs. Get a little closer.
It doesn't make it legitimate because an actor says it, because they're making money too.
That's what I'm talking about. We can even go back to the colonial pens. I think that was Alex Trebek that did those years ago. Yes. I mean, everybody loves Jeopardy, Alex Trebek,
right.
But still, if you read at the bottom of the screen under the caption, it says paid actor and whatever else they say after that. So Alex Trebek didn't endorse it. He just got paid to say it. So, and you have to vet information for yourself. And like getting the know is not about me, it's about us. I ain't speaking to you, at you, or any kind of way against you. I'm speaking with you. We in this together. Get me in the know too. For real. I don't know everything, but when you get me in the know, come with the facts. Don't tell me what you think. Back it up. Like your boy off Law and Order, McCoy. The big guy, he always putting everybody away or whatever. He always say, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. So when we talking to you, speak again, Malaika, what you say, baby? That part right there. You couldn't break it down to no lower common denominator than that. That's keeping it simple, stupid. And please don't think I'm calling anyone stupid. It's a phrase we use. Yes. Yeah. Hello. I mean, I want to see if Black Evie got something to weigh in on this subject with. Ooh, Malaika, you just really dropped some knowledge right there. And you did miss the first part of the show, but you was on cue with getting your information correct. And we vet the show by going directly to the IRS.gov. Everything that she just said, you can validate and get help for free. Like Black Evie told you at the top of the show, filing your taxes. And the direct file for free is not available in Ohio, like Black Evie said, but you still can go down to the IRS and get help, and to your public library. That was really some knowledge. Now, I do want to turn it over to Black Evie after hearing that part of the show. Black Evie, did you get that on your end very well?
From what I heard, she was dropping some knowledge about taxes and married couples, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how you need to research your information into would it be what she referring to, like when you file married filing jointly or married filing separately? I have questions for her if you want to know what I have to say. I got questions for her.
Okay, Malaika, did you hear her question? She got questions for you. Did you hear her first question?
Okay, okay, because okay, okay, that's some great information. Look, in reference to her information, all I can say is go to irs.gov if you have questions about your taxes and redo your research. It is imperative that you do your research because there are so many there actually we talking about the negatives, but there are a lot of positives when it comes to doing taxes. But you have to do your homework and find out what applies to you, what works for you and your family, and that would be my advice in this sector.
It certainly is a sector. I did want to weigh in on a little something.
Yes, I'd like to weigh in on something as well. I'd like to weigh in on when you are applying for a job and you are doing your W-2 forms, make sure you do them correctly because at the end of the year when you filing your taxes, that's when you really find out if you done your papers correctly or not. Because of experience that I had once before is when I filed my taxes, I found out I had owed the IRS a lot of money due to not filling
your I-9
out correctly at the beginning of my job. So when you do that, please ask a lot of questions to make sure you're doing it correctly. So you won't have to owe the IRS thinking you're going to get some money back because of a hiccup.
She just mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now they do try to over inundate you with words and forms and journeys to go on because as a ethnic group of people, we don't like to read, but we got to stop doing that. We got to stay in the know. And I like that everybody that joined this show via a phone, call in the studio, wherever you are. Y'all are so transparent. And that's what makes this show able to help people because we all need to know. And I want to weigh in on that very topic that Sister Jalove and Malaika have personally shared and been transparent about being affected by that. What they're specifically speaking to is the I-9 exemptions that you choose when you first get your job. And you can do single, head of household, you got a dependent, and there's some other things on that particular form that you can choose. And I think you can get up to like 8 exemptions or something, right? So what those exemptions, how they affect you is if you take all these exemptions at the beginning of the year when you first start your job or whenever you start your job, then you're going to get more in your paycheck. They're going to be taking out less taxes. But like Sister John Love just said, and Malaika testified too, that when you go to file your taxes with your W-2 at the end of the year, and you go to box 2 on that W-2, and it states how much withholding federal taxes have had on you, and then you cross-reference box 2 with what you should have been, then you find out now you owe the government, and you possibly could have been getting a refund. But because you just wanted to take all these exemptions and not really know how that affects you, that part right there. That part.
Let me interject right quick, Mitri, and let me clarify a couple things. Your I-9 is what you fill out for at the beginning of your job. That is with your identification information. Your W-4 is what you're really referring to. That's where you have where they take out the exemptions, how you fill out if you're single or married. That's your W-4. So you want to make sure everybody wants to make sure that your W-4 is filled out correctly.
Could you repeat that? Wait a minute, Malaika, I'm going to come right back to you because I have to correct myself on the air. I did give out the wrong form. The I-9 is not what I said it was. The information was right, but it applies to the W-4, and that's how we are on Getting to Know. We accept our wrongness, we address it, and we make sure the correct information ends up getting out there. So I am going to have Black Evie reiterate that so you understand where you make these exemptions. So Black Evie, could you say that one more time for us, please?
Okay. The Form I-9 is designed to verify your eligibility. Okay, that's what the employer has you set. Well, they usually say, can I see your ID and social security card or your 2 forms of identification? And they fill out information. That's your I-9. Your W-4 is used to determine your payroll tax withholding amounts. That's where you put your exemptions, if you have any exemptions, how many dependents you claim, if you're single, married, filing jointly, whatever. That's your W-4. So you always want to make sure that your W-4 is filled out correctly, so that at the end of the year, when you get your W-2s to go file your taxes, everything is in order.
Okay. Yeah, that also was on Law and Order too. Little girl did that on the stand. Malaika, I'm sorry I cut you off, but baby, can you weigh back in for me? Yes. Well, I mean, that's a valid point. If you have these resources that are free to help you and the help can't even help you, then yes, that is a cause for concern. Currently, right. Go ahead. I know it's a hot button topic, right? Go. I think that's a really good point. Some type of tax cleaning. I know we are rounding out this tax season right now in the next 5 days, but I have put that down as a future topic. I hope I'm transmitting well here, y'all, because I'm still learning. I don't want to be shouting at you guys, but nevertheless, definitely tax clinics for people that can help you file these taxes. But you also can do like we have been discussing on the show, go to the horse's mouth, which is the irs.gov, and try to use the context clues. Try to do the best you can, because when you start researching the information and what you do understand and can digest, you will be able to be more knowledgeable about stuff. And when you don't understand something, you now have new questions. You can ask somebody to be able to make an informed, valuable decision. And like Black EB said at the beginning of the show, go ahead on the irs.gov and get your online account. You're going to have to go through a process called ID Me, kind of similar to what you do on this I-9 exempt form when you're IDing for your job. But it's a process to validate who you are. And once you set up the account, you will be able to look at what the IRS is, your tax file, what's going on with you, and everything you need to know. And heading back over to those stimulus checks that we were talking about, that everybody's advertising that is not true. And like KBZ weighed in, the ones that try to make themselves seem legit through the Medicare and Medicaid, there are already benefits you're getting. But I do want to address the 3 rounds of stimulus checks we did have, and where the IRS and the Department of Treasury are with those things. If you didn't get all 3 rounds of the stimulus checks, the tax rebate to get those stimulus checks, those times are over. There's no more opportunity to do it like that. But if you go ahead on and set up your online IRS account on the irs.gov, then it will guide you through any missing stimulus check and the procedures for you to try to get that particular stimulus check delivered to you. It's very involved. I can't go too deep into it because I already have an IRS account and I already got all 3 of my stimulus checks. So I didn't go down that rabbit hole. I just wanted to drop the nugget to everybody to let them know where to go to do such a thing. And it's valuable for you to do that because, as we already said on this show once before, our most important investment is what, ladies?
Ourselves.
Yes, ourselves.
Can y'all say it a little louder once again?
Ourselves.
Thank you. That part right there, because at the end you reap the benefits and or suffer the consequences of your choice. Today's message is this for sure. Don't mess with the IRS, okay? Don't try to play the games. And I'm going to cover, before we get out of here, I got about 10, 11 more minutes. I want to cover another thing about the IRS. Especially our gig workers that Black EB went down on our first IRS show. And if you missed the show, once again, we got a YouTube channel and everything. I'm going to funnel all that information to you, how to get our links so you can look at back shows and you can drop inquiries and everything to us and we can keep this going. But to go back to our gig workers, freelancers, and self-employment and LLCs. So those things are usually the topic areas where, if I'm keeping it real, ethnic people try to get over and try to play games with the IRS and thinking that they're not going to figure it out, especially when it comes to that earned income credit thing. And it's earned income tax credit nowadays. And I just wanted to kind of mull over it again, not as deep as I did any other show. Like I said, you can go back and listen to the other show. I'll give you the link. But basically, if they ain't your kids, if they ain't adopted by you, living in your household, you ain't providing half the income for them, and you're not really taking care of them, just leave them alone. If they come up for a couple of days in the summer or spend a night every other weekend, they're not your kids. You're not taking care of them. Also, if you know some kids in another state that you might want to claim because they mama can't claim their kids and she ain't got no job, but y'all can work out some stuff. Because see, Mitri know all the scams. I didn't heard about them all. Don't do it. Because whether or not you know it, your kid got a digital footprint too. Your kid goes to school, your kid goes to the doctor, and your kid was born. And unless you had a midwife and you was back in, the early 1900s, your kid's birth has a digital footprint going forward. Don't try the games because they will get you. Woo! Say that again, Malaika. Say that again. That part. Because that part right there, if you're making W-2s, there are like your jobs have like employee identification numbers, which was my next topic right there. And those things link. You have a state one and you have a federal one. So you're playing these games with these CPNs, EINs, and fake W-2s and all this stuff. Stop. Because you don't want to mess with the IRS. They don't play. For real. I want to see my brothers and sisters be empowered with the truth and do things right and get what's due them because they work for it. Not because they manipulate it. Because the Justice Center and the federal prisons around here got plenty of space. Plenty of space. Okay? So, to my self-employed, sole proprietors, freelancers, gig workers, and LLC people, go to the IRS.gov. See how your business fits into one of those categories if you're working for yourself, because your tax liabilities are according to whatever business type you choose. I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole too long, but I'm going to highlight something. If you're basically self-employed or a sole proprietorship, for the most part, the tax liability of your business is on you, and if something happened, they're coming after you. But if you're LLC, it's a little bit different. It's a company thing. Once again, you're gonna have to go to the IRS.gov to research these topics. If you're self-employed, a sole proprietorship, a freelancer, a gig worker, or you're trying to do limited liability company, I employ you to research those things if you work for yourself, because nowadays, since the pandemic, a lot of us are doing that, and those PPPs, or PPE is personal protection equipment. The PPP loans, people abuse those. And I personally know people serving time right now behind that. So what we're getting to know is trying to help you grow is keep it real, keep it above board, be transparent. Big Brother's always watching you. So before I get off the mic, because I only get an hour, and I just want to wrap up with everybody. And I want to start with our caller today, Miss Myla Ika. I appreciate you calling in, weighing in on the topics, getting us in the know on some things, especially about that married thing and the fake W-2s. Again, we appreciate your transparency. 30 seconds. Any parting words, baby? Hello. I love the way she says she be like, hello, woo woo. That's what it's about. Y'all get hyped about this. We getting in the know, baby. All right. I'm going to Black EB on the phone. What you got to wrap up? 30 seconds, baby.
All right. I just wanted to touch on the individual taxpayer identification numbers, better known as ITIN numbers, for the people that do utilize them. If you need to renew it, you need to renew it before you file your taxes, because it may cause problems if it is not up to date. And to Mitri's point, if you are playing around with the individual taxpayer identification number, better known as an ITIN, stop, because the IRS don't play. And that's it.
Y'all heard it. I'm turning it over to KBZ.
Understand one thing. The IRS is probably more powerful than the FBI, the CIA, your state, and your local sheriff's departments. They are legislated to be able to take your house, your car, to destroy your life if you got your taxes in a mess. And ain't much you can do about it. So be careful out there, people. Do the right thing. My grandmother always said, if you do right, you'll come out right.
Ooh, keep it simple, stupid. All right, y'all love.
I'd like to say thank you for all this information because it's very helpful to a lot of us. And once again, I'd like to say yes, take your time, be patient, and read over your words very carefully. And if you do not understand the meaning of it, look it up and maybe Google it. Google is a little help, a lot of help as well. And you all have a peaceful, blessed day. Thank you.
That's how you get in the know. You do the research, you look it up, you stay tuned. So, as we close out today's episode, remember to free your mind, open your hearts, and breathe as you journey through your day and enjoy resting peacefully through your night. I'm your host, Mitri, and thanks for joining me today. Remember, spread the word and tune in every Wednesday from 1 to 2 at WAIF 88.3 Cincinnati or WAIF radio.org. Now, if you want to get in touch with me, Tree, you got a topic ideas for the show, you want to check out an old show that we had to get some information, you got inquiries, you want to interview, you can email me at Mitri. That's M as in Michael, E, T as in Tom, R-I at GiTK.com. Spell all the words the way they're supposed to be spelled. Again, that's Mitri, Metri, at GiTK.com. You also can leave me a message if you like to, and I'll get back to you. And on our office phone at 513-930-2478. We can be, y'all can find us on YouTube too. That's where we're uploading our shows because we do record in the studio. It's youtube.com at Get in the Know Radio Show. And lastly, please help keep Getting the Know on Wave 88.3 by donating at waveradio.org. Please type Get in the Know in the show that should get the credit box. A $25 donation is, you get to be a member of the radio station. You also get a Get in the Know authentic candle gift set. If you do make a $25 gift donation to the radio show to keep me on the air, let me know by leaving me a voicemail at 513-930-2478, and we'll set up the delivery and verification of your donation. But please, keep us all here, all my programmers here at WAVE, not just me. We work hard and we do this on a volunteer basis because we care. Of course, I want my show to be funded, so put Get in the Know on the waveradio.org when you want to make a donation. You can make a donation of any amount. Don't even worry about it. But $25 or more, like I said, gets you a free Get in the Know authentic gift candle set that I make myself, that me and my daughter used to do together. So you get a little bit of piece of my daughter too. So until we meet again, I'm gonna leave y'all with a basically an outro song or theme. Get in the know, and y'all enjoy listening to it, and y'all stay in the know. One love always. One love always. That's not working. Okay. Actually, you answered the phone.
I said that went well.
That did. I know. Say again. Bye, America. Yeah, you can stop.